On the other side of Kurge's jail, Kurosaki Ichigo screams out to the disappearing souls in Seireitei, blinking out like lights in the darkness, when just as all hope seems lost. Right as holy arrows pierce his back, Akon freed Ichigo from the other side, and the Quincy that did it lies in wait. Well, 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 another weakling trying to mess with Shaz Domino, one of the strongest. Arriving on the scene, Kurosaki Ichigo looks over the torn wasteland that once was Soul Society. His spiritual pressure impresses all over the seireitei as everyone feels the tide and atmosphere shift. Overlooking the defeated Renji and Rukia, the speechless Ichigo shunpos away as the Stern Ritter tremble at the feeling of his heavy Ryatsu, visiting the 6th Division captain as he slowly withers away. Byakuya Kuchiki declares his failure as a leader of the court guard squads. Someone no one truly thought could be beaten, followed by the loss of the captain commander of the entire Gote 13. Rough day. The Soul Society is no more. Unless this fucking guy has anything to say about it. Back at the destroyed Squad 1 barracks, both Jugram and Yhwach are aware of Ichigo's arrival. And instead of dealing with that ticking time bomb, they decide to just leave their fucking mess on Seireitei and dip. But Zangetsu just fucking whips through the air and lands right in front of Yhwach. Ichigo shows up right on cue. Like, going somewhere, pussy bitch? Yhwach tries to play friendly with Ichigo at first, but this man doesn't have a single second to deal with the bullshit. You fucking stole everyone's Bankai, completely wrecked the place, done cut the old man in half. What the fuck is up, dude? Yhwach is like, yeah, fuck it, I smoked that pack. As Ichigo goes Super Saiyan, Yhwach is like, you see this shit, Jugram? Now he gives us no choice but to fuck him up. Ichigo rips right towards the Quincy King, and the two are just epically tearing the entire ground to shreds as they swing their swords. Yhwach, despite being an archer class, meets Ichigo every step of the way and knocks that motherfucker back into the dirt, throwing out a Getsuga Tensho right afterwards. Yhwach is like, you've gotta quit that shit. Just slams him right back into the ground. For dinner, Yhwach is serving dirt, and if you resist, dessert is a fat fucking flip. Even Jugram's like, bro, that was cold. But Yhwach knows this isn't enough to stop Ichigo's stubborn ass. And he was right, because somehow while in Kurge's jail, Ichigo unlocked the Quincy memories within his Ryatsu, and was suddenly being protected by Blute Vein. Despite this giant sword in the man's neck, he's back on his feet, ready to go. And after having a sleeve of his arm torn off after the blast, Yhwach curses himself for not using an Arankar when attempting to trap Ichigo in Hueco Mundo. Going for another slash that's intended to strip Ichigo's sleeve, the blue markings of Blute Vein travel all across Kurosaki's arm. Confirming Yhwach's suspicions, he decides to drop some vague background lore, refuse to elaborate further, and then dip like a fucking Kingdom Hearts villain. Because right as Yhwach is about to pierce through Ichigo's newly awakened Quincy blood, a throbbing mass of shadows spill from his sword arm, coating the ground around Yhwach. Jugram reminds him that the invasion was on a time limit, and they've reached it. Yhwach's like, no way, my phone reminder isn't set to go off for like another hour. Oh my god. Even strapped down and imprisoned in the deepest, darkest dungeon, this man is still the GOAT. One conversation was enough to completely throw Yhwach off his senses. Don't forget who the real villain of the story is. Proxy. Beaten, defeated, given extra scenes just so he could be bullied even more, a broken down Ichigo yells at Yhwach and Jugram as they try to make their leave. You're really not even gonna clean up this fucking mess, bro? Yhwach just looks back, doesn't even dignify this man with a response.
Know your fucking place, trash!
Ichigo charges at both of them, but Jugram just cuts this man's Zanpakuto in half. In half. Ichigo is here, Zangetsu is over there. Bro is flabbergasted. Yhwach bids farewell to his son born in the dark, like a fucking Kingdom Hearts villain, and leaves Soul Society. The other Quincy's follow suit. After their conquest and complete disregard for all Shinigamis in the area, they just leave them to deal with the results. Everybody is just messed up, wrought with survivor's guilt and coulda, shoulda, wouldas. They know that they got their asses absolutely handed to them. And quite frankly, yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. when they realized the Captain Commander's body was just eviscerated by Yhwach. The heartbreak runs deep. Soifon literally shoots the messenger, who was telling them both Byakuya and Kenpachi are messed up. Sheesh.
Tragic!
Everyone starts yelling at everybody, but the one who comes in to save the day is also the person who recently became the coolest person in the room overnight. Look at that eye patch. Clearly leadership material. Kyoraku tries to rally the troops together. As angry as they all might be, and as big of an L they all might have taken, there is no time to mourn for their losses or dwell on past mistakes. The war is far from over. This was just the beginning. In order to protect the Soul Society, they cannot look backward. Forward is the only direction they can move. Are they not the 13 Court Guard squads? And from here on out, it's just a training arc, guys, so I'll be taking a break from covering some of these. But there is a battle coming up that I know some of you guys that are manga readers are very excited for. Make sure you leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you watch out for my next Bleach content, and check out some Jujutsu Kaisen content, by the way, while you're here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Leave a like for the editor, as always. See you guys in the next one. Peace.